Yeah, hello. Thank you for listening. And I'm Sven Lilla, and I'm the head of operations for ESA BIC Estonia. And as already mentioned, I'll give a really brief overview what we've been doing in the space scene so far. But a bit of the background at first. ESA BIC Estonia is part of the ESA Space Solutions, which is the largest space innovation network in the world. It's the go-to place for the great business involving space to improve everyday life, which means that there is a center almost in every country in Europe that you can go with your space idea and see what you can do with it. Therefore, we've been supporting startups and SMEs to develop their businesses using space technology. You don't definitely have to be a space company at first, but you just have to have the idea that you could implement anything space related to your company, and therefore you could be applicable for any of the possibilities offered by ESA Space Solutions. And as already mentioned, the ESA BICs are the part of the as well the biggest incubation network in the world. With the last addition from ESA BIC Greece, there are now 22 centers across the Europe in over 60 locations. And as of today, there are in total of 1,100 total startups supported since July 2003. That number, those figures are really, really impressive. And there are so many great ideas happening at the same time right now all over Europe. But enough of the general overview. Who can apply to the ESA BIC incubation? Of course, the business idea should be based on any space technology. It could be Earth observation data, it could be precision navigation, it could be some unique idea that's been in space that you could use the technology to transfer down to Earth. And the first market for the company should be non-space related. So the whole idea is to take something from space and make it work on the ground. And of course, as we are working with startups, the age of the company shouldn't be older than 5 years. And as the all ESA BICs are regional, the company should be located in the preferred ESA BIC. In Estonia's case, if you'd like to apply to ESA BIC Estonia, the company at the end should be Estonian. And it all could be foreign founders, but yeah, for the time of application, the company should be Estonian as well. It could be a subsidiary from another company in another region, but yeah. What we offer is that we offer 50,000 euros non-equity based, which is meant for research and development and IP issues. Besides that, we offer technical support up to 80 hours and all the business development for the maximum of 2 years of incubation. So the company who will join us will get, besides the funding, the necessary help to reach their goals during the incubation. And so far, but all the companies have said that besides all the business and technical and funding, the main takeaway is the usage of ESA BIC brand. They've been saying that because they can say that they're part of the ESA BIC network, it's a real door opener to the international investors and the other cooperation partners all over the network. And besides all that, since the network, as I mentioned already, has over 11,000 companies, you can access to all that information within the active incubatees or the alumni that are affiliated with ESA BICs. ESA BIC Estonia is run by a local consortium that consists of 2 science parks, 2 main universities, 2 cities, and the whole network that supports us with their activities in the business level, technology level, IP, and by generating the deal flow for us. Some of the numbers. ESA BIC Estonia has been open since 2017. We have run 8 selection campaigns. We've selected 19 startups of whom 3 are still to be contracted. We have 8 active startups and 8 companies who are already finished the program. And now I'll have a brief overview of some of our superstars that's been in the network. And they are already out of the market and looking for the operations as well. Hepta Airborne is one of our most shining fundraiser. They are already finished incubation, but altogether they raised over 2 million euros with their the service that's a drones for high voltage power lines surveillance. And during the time they've been with us, they've created 37 new high-tech jobs, which is really good since they already only started with 5 to 7 people working for them. Corbiak Space was our first foreign founder that came to Estonia to take the most benefits of the Estonian startup ecosystem. They had an idea to launch 2 satellites which could use the optical terminals for the quicker and more stable communication between satellites, since all the regular UHF and bands are already quite crowded. So their technology could revolutionize the communication between satellites and someday with the ground stations as well. They successfully launched their satellites last year in September, and the satellites are now communicating already on the Earth's orbit. Another interesting one is the Power Up Energy Technologies. The team that joined us with no actual persons on payroll, only the enthusiasts that grew out from the University of Tartu as a spin-off. Right now, they have 15 people on the payroll, and they are actually shipping their first units to customers, which are the hydrogen fuel cell-based power generators that are only as a size of a toolbox, but they could power, for example, a yacht or a refrigerator unit. And they are totally emission-free as they are using hydrogen. Another superstar from our case is a Skyguard, which is actually a drone company that uses hydrogen fuel on their drones for as well as less emissions, lighter payload, and longer flight times. Why I'm bringing them up is because they are the first company of the 19 companies that we've been working with that gathered the whole know-how together and put it into one patent application. And that right now, at this moment, they have their patent application pending, but they already have created lots of buzz around the investors and different potential cooperation partners with the idea of how they could control the drones from the ground. But to keep it really short, I'll do a shout out that if you are interested joining the ESA BIC Estonia, the next deadline for applications is the 28th of October, 2021. And as I already mentioned, we take in foreign founders. You can easily establish a company in Estonia with all the nation that we have, and you can start a really successful business here. So if you want to be a next space superstar, contact us with ESA BIC Estonia, and we'll be there for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sven. And definitely, we also encourage to contact Sven because it's really a possibility to get your business running in a space field in Estonia, in cooperation with Estonia. Sven, I have questions from the audience. I'm going to merge them together. What is your evaluation to startup ecosystem in Estonia, considering the space, how the mindset is changing? Because we know Estonia is very famous with the startup ecosystem in other fields like fintech, etc. So what about the space? Are young entrepreneurs into the space stuff and things, and how you see the changes?
The whole landscape is changing so fast. We have so many applications every time we have the open call for selections, we have 6 to 7 companies joining us, and they are constantly questioning us about is that idea enough for the business incubation. So we are seeing the change of the space-oriented startup ecosystem right now, and it's definitely growing, and lots more companies, even the bigger corporations, are now getting that space. Doing a space business isn't only launching rockets, but it could be way much more.
Okay, thank you. Then we have a question. Can you share SkyCorp contacts, and are these drones available?
I can share their contacts if the people interested would contact me directly, so I can put you in contact with the company directly. And the drones are right now offered for services, but at some point, yes, the drones will be for sale as well.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sven, and wish you luck with the space in Estonia and Estonia in space. Thank you for your time and sharing your expertise. And I am saying